Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I shall be teaching you how to draft and sew leggings. For leggings, we need a stretching material. For this particular material, the both side stretches are the same rates. The long side and the horizontal stretching and the vertical stretching, they are all the same. So you can cut facing any direction. So we get our material, we fold them into two because we are going to be cutting one piece leggings. The first thing we do is that we leave a space at the upper part, which is about, I left a space about 3 inches so that I can manipulate my pattern later. Then come down. Then we drafted the leggings length. The leggings length is going to be 36. Since it's stretching on both sides, it's going to be 36 side. The other measurement we put was our crotch line. The crotch line is 11 inches, while the hip line is 9 inches from the waistline. The other line is the knee line. Then from the knee line, we inserted our crotch depth, our ankle line. Then the hem, we put hem of 1.5 inches. So from here, once we've done put all the vertical measurement, the next thing we'll be doing is put our horizontal measurement. We start from the crotch line. The crotch line, we're going to insert the hip measurement. The hip measurement we are using here is 40. Here we're going to be using 9. Since it's very stretchy, we'll minus 1. We'll use 9. Then we extend the crotch. Then also we go up at the waistline. We measure 9. That same 9 we measure at the crotch line. We now draw a vertical line upward. If we've drawn a vertical line off, to go to the crotch line, have a crotch extension of 2 inches, which give you this curve from the hip line to the crotch line. On the knee line, we insert our knee measurement. Our knee measurement was 18. Instead of inserting 9 inches, we inserted 8 inches. Then on the ankle line, we inserted 4.5 inches because the ankle measurement is 16 inches. So now gradually we are for the trouser is coming into limelight. So what we do now is go to the thigh. Our thigh is usually 2 inches away from the crotch line, so we make sure the thigh measurement is accurate. That's why I put my ruler there. So I brought out the shape. Then go to the upper part of the crotch. Then subtract 1.5 inch from that upper part. Then the other part as well. The other side, you are going to add 1 inch a bit so that the front panel now will be lower than the back panel. So this is it. At the waist, you are not going to put your waist measurement since we are using band. You are still going to, and it's elastic, so so that it will be able, since there's no zip, so you slant it. Then that's your front panel. Now for the back panel, what we are going to do is that we'll come down at the crotch depth and come to the crotch itself. Then you extend the crotch by 1 inches at the back, then connect it down to the knee line. So this is the stretching material. There's no need of you leaving seam allowance for it. So you connect from the crotch to the thigh line, to the hip line. So go to the waistline of the back pattern. You are going to go up from the waistline of from the front pattern by 1.5 inch. Then connect it to the side line. You are going to connect it to the side line as you've seen. So this is your back pattern. Now you're going to cut it out. So since it's the one piece material, you start from cutting it from the back tracing, from what with the back illustration that we've done. So you are going to cut it out as we've done. So after you cut it out, after you must have cut it out, then you cut out the front panel. You cut out the front panel from the back panel by differentiating it since it's already marked. So these are, like I tell you, these are 2-piece, but we are, instead of us using 2 pieces of material, in this illustration, we're particularly using 1 piece, one for one leg, the other for the other leg. So after we finish, we shall cut. Then we are done with the pattern. What we are supposed to do now is to differentiate the front side from the back side by laying it on the table. When you lay it, the first thing is that make sure that that slantiness. You see, the back side is usually higher, so that slantiness is going to start from the front side. Then you trace it as shown in the video. After you've traced it out with your chalk, you cut it out. So that will be your waist. Your waist, that's how your waist is going to be. So the waist, at the waist, you see that the back side of the waist is usually higher than the front side of the waist. So you cut it out. Then also at the crotch line too, you see the front crotch is smaller. So we are going to cut out the front crotch too. Same thing we did. We are going to cut it out too. If we've cut it out, then our leggings is gradually coming to form. So this is how we are going to cut it out. Then boom, we're done with it. So we are going to cut times two of this piece. This is going to be times two for both left and right leg. So this is how it's going to look like when you cut your leggings. So you can see it's as simple as this. Then the next thing you will be doing is that to cut the band. When we cut the band, when we are to cut the band, we are going to use a band of we are going to use a bandwidth of 5 inches, let's say 4.5 inches, if it's going to be on fold. By the time you sew it, by the time you finish sewing, it's going to be 2 inches. It's going to finish as 2 inches. So what we normally did is, instead of you just cutting it so that you have to know how stretchy the material is first. So by this particular material, we can't just say, okay, you are going to cut 15 since our hips is, but it all depends on the nature because it has to be firm at the hip. Then at the same time, I firm at the waist. But at the same time, it's supposed to be able to pass through the hips as well, since it's not going to be having zipper. So that's why we are doing this little test on it. We can't just cut it and say, okay, this is the amount of material we're going to be using. So do you see the test I'm doing? You fold it into two, then hold it at one edge of the leggings, then extend it. See if look at the expansion rate. You continue doing it until you see that it's sufficient. If not, by the time you sew it, you see that sometimes you see that at the waist it will enter, but at the waist it might be slack. So that's why we are doing this little test. But also ensure that it must pass through the hip. Since the hip is this is the essence of dragging it. So what I did now is to just use my ruler to check it. I see that this thing is bigger. The waist is bigger than the waist measurement. So I trim it out and see to make sure that by the time it sits on the weight, it's going to sit comfortably. Not that it will be. You see that so to avoid unnecessary folding at the waist. So this is it. We've gotten to the end of the tutorial. Thanks for your time. Please kindly subscribe for more and better videos. Thank you.